What's good, everyone? It's your boy Natsu with another video for the channel. Welcome back to DMV Sports Zone, and we're here with the ever, first ever edition of Washington Commanders Weekly with my boy Abdullah, another member of our DMV Sports Zone team. First things first, before even getting into the Washington Commanders talk, I do want to shout out everybody for all the views, the comments, everything over the last 10 days, pretty much. Like we've had a couple of videos go relatively off, and we're grateful for it. We're grateful for the support, and so it's only up from here, right? So, but Abdul, do you have thoughts on that?
Yeah, thanks again, guys. I made a TikTok account like a couple weeks ago, and that really helped. So for those of you who are from TikTok, I appreciate it. We appreciate, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, all these platforms. We're just here to represent the DMV and talk about how disappointing the Washington Commanders are.
Yeah. Well, right now, maybe with Freddie Lee's comment, maybe if that comes into fruition, then we potentially could be looking at a much better team. But first things first, got the name, right? Commanders. I emphasized it twice already in our stream. Thoughts on the new name, the new rebrand, the new uniform, thoughts on everything new when it pertains to this Washington football franchise.
Well, I mean, it's not surprising. I think they botched it. Seeing the first of all, I don't know the view of the helicopter. That I was like, it zoomed in so good. That was crazy. But take command. I just find that really cringy and corny. I don't know. I don't know.
But
Saying to the Commanders. That's just I don't know. Like it's just I wanted Red Wolves the whole time. I think it'll grow on me, but again, I don't know.
yeah, salute to Reggie Reg as well, Freddie Lee. No, I was kind of laughing inside because I remember tweeting that out, the hashtag take command. I think it was like 30 minutes after the announcement. Abdullah commented on the main DMV Sports Zone Twitter page. He was like, that's cringy. I just started laughing when I saw that. But yeah, I mean, we got it all from the San Antonio Commanders of the AAF, defunct Arena Football League, if I'm not mistaken. Is it Arena? I'm not sure, but
Yeah, I think
defunct
so.
football league, period. And yeah, the one thing I wanted to say, and I mentioned this on Twitter, if they did not want, or they wanted to prevent at least many of the leaks that came about the night before, I don't understand why they wanted to sell the merchandise like right. I mean, I kind of understand, right? Because you want to take advantage of all the rush. But if you don't want it to leak that bad, why not sell the merchandise like maybe the next day, maybe that Thursday of last week, right? And like, at least prevent some of the leaks that way. Because I think our first couple leaks that we got were from people like workers for the franchise or workers for, the distributor taking pictures of the actual merchandise and sending it on Reddit, Twitter, Facebook, so on and so forth. So, I mean, I guess now it doesn't really matter. It's already revealed, but like if they really cared about that whole process of like, they made a big deal about 2222 and how they're going to reveal this whole new franchise, this new brand. If they really care that much, my U Chicago brethren, Jason Wright, really care that much, I would say, maybe push off the merchandise to another day, maybe the day after, and have it that way. But
Oh, also the saying "take command." It will be a meme if we're terrible down the line. Well, just watch.
yeah, we instead of commanding W's, we'll be commanding L's if that happens. But okay, so so we talked about Commanders, new brand. Let's talk about the uniform a little bit more. Like, what are your thoughts on the new uniform? I mean, it's completely new and it looks new in the sense that it looks modern too. Like, what are your thoughts on that?
I mean, honestly, it kind of looks like soccer jerseys, but not really. I don't think it's terrible, but I don't think it's great. I think it's mid, like mid. The one thing I do want to talk about is the helmets. I like the helmets, but the W and the black helmet looks. I don't like that. Like it threw me off. But the jersey, it's mid. I don't hate it. I don't love it. I'm in the middle.
Okay, okay. So mid like certified lover boy, right? But moving on from that, I think in terms of the uniform, I'm not gonna lie, it's grown on me a lot since like all the leaks early last week and even the week prior. Like it's definitely grown on me a lot. I love the black jersey with the DC flag on the sides. I love that so much. It looks so fire. I know people keep talking, oh, it's fake Steelers. Like, what are we doing? We're not the Steelers. Burgundy and gold, like all that. I just love, like Rio says, Rio Robinson, another great podcaster in our community. I just love that we have a black jersey period, a black uniform period. Street Scores also mentioned this. I love that we have a black jersey, black uniform combo period. Also, another thing that I love that's being under discussed is the uniform can be mix and match, like very easily. They purposely made the uniform that way, right? Like in previous years, we had the Redskins like uniform and stuff, and like there were stripes on the legs or stripes on the pants that would prevent us from like mixing and matching too much. But this uniform combo, you can mix the black with the burgundy, right? The white with the black. Like there's so many different combos that can work. I think we all agree that the white jersey, the white uniform is probably the worst out of the three. I think the burgundy one is fire. It's grown on me a lot. Although the Commanders and on the front plate a little too big for my liking, but I definitely think the black jersey, burgundy jersey are keepers. The white jersey, we'll see. If they start winning, then they'll all look nice, right? Like,
I
look
think
at Packers uniforms. They
yeah,
wear green and yellow.
yeah, yeah. Oh my god. I think
In real life, that'll be a terrible combo, but go ahead.
yeah. I think honestly, a lot of fans don't like it, including myself, just because like we had high expectations, even though it's for the Washington team. I think we're so used to seeing them play bad on the field that we just eventually like just become pessimistic for this organization. But I think it'll grow on us, and it'll just take some time.
Yeah, and we talked about this on Twitter too, Abdul. But Freddie Lee's suggestion here: take away the big W on the helmet and the black uni. Yeah, I mean, I still don't like. I know some people said it grew on them, like the W on the top of the black helmet. And Jason Wright, when asked about it, said, when you hit us or when we hit you, you'll feel us. That was his response to why from JP Finley why the W was on the black helmet, because he didn't like it as well. JP Finley didn't. And I know it's grown on a couple of people, some people, but it hasn't grown on me. I still don't like the W on the name. I don't know what you want to call that, but the plate right in the forehead of the helmet area, I don't really like it. But other than that, the black uniform is fire, absolutely fire. If you guys are hating it, you guys are just haters. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Like, you know me, I'm super realistic when it comes to this team. Sometimes pessimistic, but even I'm saying the black uniform combo is fire. Burgundy, I think, is pretty good too. Oh, the best thing. Wait, I don't know why we didn't mention this up front. In my opinion, the best thing about the entire uniform is the burgundy matte helmet, bro. Like, it is fire. And I know Evan got an up close and personal pick of it on Friday night during the parking party event, and it's fire, bro. It is absolute fire. Do you have thoughts on that?
No, I agree with you. I think it's fire. Seeing it up close is really nice. But I also want to talk about the field. I don't know if you've seen the field design. I like that. It looks pretty cool. Pretty cool. Although it's still FedEx Field, but again, the logo, Washington, it's nice. And the W's on the 10 and 20 yards, pretty nice.
Yep. Also, we can't forget but to talk about the crest, not shield. I said it was a shield, but UK, it's a crest. The crest that we have with the years. I mean, personally, I don't mind it as much as a lot of people out there, but I think, with all the momentum to change it among the fans, I think maybe they might change it, because obviously, the seasons that we won the Super Bowls are not reflected on the crest. It's actually the exact year that we won, not just the Super Bowl, but all the NFL championships. The first 2 or 3 we won were for the season, but that's when like the championship game used to be in December of the same year. So that's why it works then. But like, even in Rick Snyder, a guest on this channel that we had a couple months ago, I believe, he even said he offered the suggestion that if you're confused about years, just offer up the Roman numerals and place them on the crest. And I think that's a good idea as well to sort of like compromise, I guess. But yeah, thoughts on the crest, the W logo as well, the primary logo that we're keeping.
I mean, same thing with the crest. I agree as well. But the logo, it's nice. I still like the W, but like they had to change it up, so I don't really hate it.
Yeah, cool. Yeah. I like the new W too. It looks solid. But yeah, I think the one thing is the white uniform, right? That's the uniform that we're all iffy on, except for Rio. Rio actually liked the white uniform. I don't know.
Doesn't look like a
But
soccer jersey. You don't think so?
this white uniform,
Yeah.
a little bit with the gradient on like the numbers and stuff. Yeah, I just hope that like I don't know. We've gotten different views of that jersey. Like there's been some views with the red or the burgundy on the numbers are not the same color as the burgundy on the helmet, which bugs me. Even bugged me when we had the Washington football team uniform. I don't know if you noticed it, but like the uniforms would be like a lighter red than what you have on your hat, and then the helmet would be like that, like the burgundy on your hat. And
Yeah.
like that was annoying to me. I hate that. But hopefully it actually looks more burgundy. Or it looks the same burgundy that we're seeing in some views and not in others. But I do want to get to the comments though. Russell Wilson. I mean, it already started. Freddie Lee, before we even got on, commented about Russell Wilson and bringing him here to DC. Reggie Reg as well. People keep talking about Russell Wilson to Washington. Fight for all DC. I want Commander Russ. I do appreciate the profile pic. It's always we've always made our feelings known about Daniel Snyder. And yeah, so let's get to this topic right here. Reggie agreeing with us on the white uniform. What are your thoughts? Let me let you go first on Russell Wilson, prospects of him coming to DC.
Russell Wilson needs to do what LeBron James did, deliver a championship to his home team. But honestly, I don't mind. Like a report came out today, I forgot who said it, but they said none of the quarterbacks coming out this draft are first round talent. So, or no, sorry, are not capable of being a starter in the NFL. So you trade for a veteran like Russell Wilson. He still has years in the tank. I still think when he plays with a run game and a above average defense, he's a top 5 quarterback in this league. And it just depends on the price. I'm willing to give up anybody but Chase Young and Jonathan Allen, of course, and throw in obviously our first round pick. But it just depends on the price and how much are we willing to give up.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you. I still think Russell Wilson. I think Deshaun Watson and Russell Wilson are both top 6, top 7 quarterbacks in this league. Obviously, though, Deshaun Watson has all the off the field stuff, which, given the current state, the recent state, the previous state, the historic state of this franchise, when it's surrounding to controversy and specifically over the last couple of years with sexual harassment and stuff, like it's not a great look. My view on that has always been, you know what? I'll say that. I'll say that for a little bit later in this stream. Let's talk about Russell Wilson. Bring the Virginia native home. I'm not going to lie. I was infuriated when he reportedly did not have us on his list, on his initial list. I think it was last offseason, because I'm tired. I've noticed this. Haven't you guys noticed this? That a lot of the guys that want to play for their hometown teams, right? Like, it usually happens with other cities. We obviously have LeBron, Akron, Ohio. A lot of people want to play for like the Knicks, right? RJ Barrett. I mean, but nobody from the DMV, it seems like, wants to actually like make the decision to come back to the DMV and play for their hometown team. That bugs me so much. Obviously, they're free to do whatever they want, right? No, like I'm not telling them you need to play for the DMV team. But like Kevin Durant saying, I already gave DC the DMV all that I have. Like, what more is there to show them? And then Russell Wilson not putting us initially on his list. Maybe it was because of the off the field stuff with his team. I'll give you that. But I'm glad that Kevin Sheehan basically said that Russell Wilson, he's not against the idea of coming here to DC. And I think, it's time. It's time to bring well, not necessarily hometown, but the home area guy back to the DMV. He is a Virginia native. A lot of people don't remember this, but he had his draft party in Washington, D.C. I mean, come on. And all this talk about, Russell's 33. He's the next Donovan McNabb for us. Are you kidding me? Russell Wilson, sure, when we played him right after he came back from that finger injury, he did not look the same. But I don't know if you guys noticed towards the end of that season, he was, you could tell the momentum, like he was starting to return to the Russell Wilson of old. Like, I don't know. I think there was even a moment, I think it was one of the last games for the Seattle Seahawks, where he went off to the sideline after scoring a touchdown, I believe, and he was super pumped. And you could tell that like he was back. And if the season kept going, they potentially could have made the playoffs, right? But obviously it was a little too late. But no, like we need a franchise quarterback. And I will say this again. Abdullah, you saw my tweet this morning. I don't believe in any of the quarterbacks in this draft picking them at 11 overall. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. I don't believe in them. There was even a report that a couple of scouts don't even think there's a starting quarterback caliber guy in this draft right now. Like, I'm not going to go that far. I think there's some guys could potentially get in the late first round. But at 11 overall, I would rather trade the picks and get a franchise quarterback like a Russell Wilson, who is, yes, 33 years old, but I think has at least 5 more years left, even at his relatively minuscule stature. I still think he has at least 5 years left, and he would be a great addition here. And I think we would be, I don't know about Super Bowl contenders because we would need to make some other moves. I think we would be a legit playoff contenders and maybe potentially make a run even without any other additions. But I think we'll still add some more.
Before we make a run, we got to win a playoff game. So let's, baby step.
I know. I'm just saying, like, I've also said this, like, if we get Aaron Rodgers, I think we're Super Bowl contenders. Russell Wilson, yes. Bro, this man's about to win MVP for the second year in a row.
Okay, but dude, I always say this. Do you think Aaron Rodgers is going to play in Landover, Maryland? Come on, dude.
No, I'm not saying, bro, the chances of him coming into DC are even slimmer than Russ coming to DC. But my point here is that if Aaron Rodgers did make the decision, I don't know why, to come here to DC, we would be instant Super Bowl contenders because we'd have an MVP at quarterback, bro. You can win with an MVP at quarterback, period. Period, point blank, right? Instantly. Obviously, again, I think they would make more additions. Maybe bring in a Devontae Adams, but probably not. But maybe bring in a Mike Williams or another receiver. Bring in a middle linebacker, or, you'll still have some draft capital, so you potentially draft one. But I think with Aaron Rodgers here would be the only one of those 3 guys that would make us instant Super Bowl contenders, in my opinion. But with Russell Wilson, I would think, at least make a long playoff run. But if we have some more, supporting pieces, maybe we can make a long playoff run. And Deshaun Watson, maybe not immediately a Super Bowl contender, but as he ages and enters his prime and we provide him with more weapons, I think we could get there one day. So that's 3 options right there. But with Russell Wilson, with all the talk, especially heating up about him, bro, just bring him home, bro. Bring him home. Like, what are we doing?
What about Jimmy G?
Okay, I'll say this. Jimmy G's better than Mitch Trubisky. I don't know who in their right minds thinks. I remember seeing that on Twitter. There was someone who ranked like the quarterback list for guys that Washington could look after. Not in terms of like the likelihood of them coming, but like how they would rank them, right? Someone had Mitch Trubisky, the lie that is Mitch Trubisky, ahead of Jimmy G, who, obviously is not good, but I still think he's an average to slightly below average quarterback in this league, right? Maybe in the 16 to 20 range of starting quarterbacks. Right, like that just doesn't make any sense to me. You're talking about Mitch Trubisky, the backup quarterback for the Buffalo Bills. One of my friends fawns over him because he's a Chicago Bears fan and thinks the Bears did him wrong. But I mean, I think the Bears did him wrong, but he also did himself wrong. He was the number 3 overall pick, 2017 draft, and he was a bust. So, but do you have thoughts on that, Abdullah?
I mean, yeah, Trubisky. He's a backup quarterback for the Bills. It's not close. And plus, Ron knows if he brings a Trubisky or Jimmy Garoppolo in, there's going to be a lot of pressure on him to win. Because if you're having a losing record for third straight year in a row, I don't know, man. That's really concerning.
Yep, we would have Russ for at least 5 good years. I agree with you, and it's on us to build a team around him. People are going to say, "Oh, the salary cap situation will be messed up." But, bro, I've seen teams around the league mess around and do some shady things with the salary cap and cough the Saints and find their way, with a franchise quarterback or a starter caliber quarterback and weapons. And, it's happened before. So I think all the salary cap talk is a little overblown.
But also, I think for Russell Wilson, he's definitely going to go to a different team. There's no way his team or his group wants him to stay in Seattle because they look like they need to rebuild, and Russell Wilson at QB definitely looks like he's going to want out.
I don't know. I heard Pete Carroll's staying. I don't know if that affects things, but I don't know. I feel like out of all the guys, well, no, I think Deshaun Watson is the most likely guy to be traded. just because he does he has
Doesn't
made
want
it publicly known that he does not want to stay there. But I think Russ would probably be the second guy out of the top three that we have potentially could have this offseason. Masoko Tonga, I believe you're a new viewer or new commenter at least. I might be wrong though, so don't take offense to this. But thank you for joining. Designing a new brand must be awesome. You get to be the one to create the original concept. Whoever the artists and designers are must be having an effing blast. Yeah, I agree with you. And also, the fans, plural potentially, that sent that submission in of the Commanders must be super ecstatic, right? Because I think that was a fan submission that started with a fan submission.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
I mean, but we haven't even I feel like we would have heard from the fan that submitted it by now if that was the case. But I don't know. But yeah, that definitely cool. And I'll say it again, glad that my Chicago brethren, although you went to the law school, or the business school, my bad. I'm an undergraduate. I still count him as my Chicago brethren, and I'm happy that Jason.
Wait, what school? What school?
He went to the Booth School.
No, it's like the top. Chicago, you said, right? I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah, Chicago. Yeah.
Yeah, so you said like a couple of times. I just wanted to make sure it was Chicago.
Oh. Okay. I see what you did there. Drilla. Okay. I'll stop talking about it. But no, I'm just proud of him. The Hawk TV, Mitch Libisky. Yeah, I've been calling him that, bros, for the last 2 years.
Also, people call him Trubisky. I like that one too.
Yeah, Trubisky as well. Okay, let me look at the rest of the comments.
Oh, no.
Honestly, I would rather have Heineke. This man's Heineke went 7-8. He went 7-8, right, this year as a starter. Like why would you give up trade draft compensation or a player to get Jimmy Garoppolo? Like, it would be different. I don't think he's a free agent this offseason. It would be different if he was a free agent, right? And we signed him. But why would you give up draft compensation or a player potentially for Jimmy Garoppolo? Like, and maybe you could do it, right? And draft the quarterback. But we started off the stream saying we don't like the quarterbacks, especially at pick 11. And even the first round overall. Like,
well, I like Kenny Pickett, but
he's the guy out of the whole crop that I appreciate, or I think has the best chance of being a starter right away or succeeding right away, sort of like a Mac Jones type of situation. Yeah, he's kind of like a Mac Jones, but at the same time, we don't have a Justin Fields, we don't have a Trey Lance in this draft, we don't have a Trevor freaking Lawrence in this draft, we don't have a Zach Wilson in this draft, right? Think of it as like Mac Jones being the top quarterback of like this draft class. Like that's essentially what it is. So,
and people are saying Jimmy G or the 49ers think that his value is a second or at least a third. I'm like, bro,
probably a third. I would say a third, just because he's a quarterback, and quarterbacks like, I mean, Matt Stafford. I'm a huge fan of Matt Stafford, but he went for like 2 first-round picks last offseason, and I think more compensation. Jared Goff as well, who's a quarterback. So, I mean, that could equal at that point, like maybe a late second, early third, Jared Goff. I mean, that's for Matt Stafford. So, speaking of that, I mean, what do you think it's going to take to give up? Like, what do you think it's going to take to get Russell Wilson to come here and to DC?
At least 2 firsts and a defensive player, or like a lineman, maybe a Deron Payne or Montez Sweat.
I think it's probably going to take the next 2 firsts. Probably I would think a third as well. And Deron Payne, something like that, might get it done. Especially if Russ makes it known that he wants to leave Seattle, because that kind of gives the other team the leverage, in my opinion, the team that's trading for him, just because he would want out, just like sort of like the Deshaun Watson stuff, without the controversy off the field.
I wonder what's Deshaun's price at this point. It's just hard to tell.
I would say probably the same. I think the Texans are probably saying the same as what I just mentioned for Russ, but maybe adding in a second round pick or something, just because of his youth. But I don't know, man. I don't know. And we haven't even heard too many updates like since the end of the season about Deshaun Watson. I mean, I really don't know what's going on with that situation. Like, I think it's pretty much a civil lawsuits at this point, but like, I don't know. I don't know. And I let me put it this way. I don't think Ron Rivera is going to trade for Deshaun Watson. And that's how I put it. I don't think he's going to trade for Deshaun Watson, and I think we should leave it at that. Although, obviously the door is still open for him potentially to come to DC. I just don't think it's going to happen. That's true. Just like the Seahawks did 2012, 2013, 2011, 2012, 2013, so on and so forth. Made a lot of great late round draft picks. Earl Thomas. Was it Earl Thomas? No, but Cam Chancellor.
VT.
Yeah. Yep. Potentially, there was always talk about him coming to DC when he was playing for the Seahawks. I remember that. But
also one thing to keep in mind: the Seahawks don't have a first round pick, so I don't know. We'll see.
True. But I think another under discussed thing though, bro, is that there's so many quarterback needy teams, bro. Like even more than like last offseason.
Who do you think? Wait, let's talk about it. The Bucks, of course,
Yeah, the Bucks just became one. The Saints, Panthers, that pretty much that entire division minus the Falcons. Although they might want to get rid of Matt Ryan, but I don't think that's going to happen right now. So that's 3 teams in that division. In our division, I think the Giants are sticking with Daniel Jones.
Yeah, I think Eagles will stay with Hurts.
Yeah, and Cowboys obviously with Dak. So us, that's 4 teams. NFC West, none of those teams. Although Kyler Murray unfollowed all the.
I don't know what that was about. I think it's just
bro. Speaking of, I think it's finally time to say this. Kyler Murray
is a bust
into the camera.
Oh,
he's one of the most overrated quarterbacks in this league right now, bro. Okay, I've owned him. I shouldn't say owned. I've had him on my fantasy team for the last 2 years. Okay, I get it. Fantasy football is something different, but this man's always flops at the end of the season, bro. Last year, it was a full-on flop. They didn't even make the playoffs after starting off hot. This year, they backed their way into the playoffs and got slapped in the wild card round. Like, I think Cliff Kingsbury definitely deserves a lot of blame, but Kyler Murray, bro, for being the number 1 overall pick, bro, he's done nothing so far in the league, bro. Like, he's put up some stats, but let me show you the type of stats that he put up last season. Like, because they're not that eye-popping. Like, obviously he had a lot of, well, he didn't even have that much. I was about to say, you could say, oh, he had a lot of work on the ground, right? He did 2 years ago, but this year, I don't think he did that much running. Like, I have had him on my fantasy team, and I don't remember him running too much this year. Probably because the team tried to protect him because 2 years ago, he developed injuries second half of the season and just crumbled pretty much, and the Cardinals crumbled with him. But 3,700 passing yards, 24 touchdowns, 10 picks.
Also, the size, because, he did get hurt this year, right? Or I'm pretty sure. At some stretch.
Yeah, but not as bad as the previous season.
So I don't know if it's size, but again, I don't want to say he's overrated. I just feel like he's underperformed.
Yeah.
We gotta get Noah up in here because I remember he thinks that Kyler's a top 7 QB, right?
Yeah, no. I think Matt Stafford is better than Kyler Murray, bro. I really do.
Mm-hmm.
Really do. And yeah, bro, I don't know, man. And Kyler Murray just makes stupid, boneheaded interceptions, bro, all the time. Oh,
yeah, that Lions game. I was watching that live. Oh, gosh.
And people might say, oh, Nazi, you're only saying this because you just watched the Pro Bowl yesterday. First of all, I didn't watch it. Second of all, no, I'm not. I'm talking way before the Pro Bowl. This man's always makes stupid, boneheaded interceptions. Like, it's annoying. And he doesn't, and, again, 2 seasons ago, at least he had his running ability that he kept showing, right? And that's how he racked up all the yards. But this past season, he didn't run that much, right? And he did have that one long run. I think it was the longest of his career this season. But like outside of that, he did not run that much at all the entire season, even before he was hurt.
So, a lot of people are saying it is Cliff Kingsbury.
I don't know. Maybe that might be why he's unfollowing all the Cardinals, or not taking off all the pictures from his Instagram page with all the Cardinals with him wearing all the Cardinals stuff on. So
Oh man, if Kyler asks for a trade, this is gonna be a fun offseason. Holy cow.
yeah, yeah. But on what you were asking before. So okay, so we have 3 teams in the NFC South. We have us, NFC West. I'm just gonna say nobody for now.
Yeah, because the Seahawks wouldn't trade in the same division. Because no, I'm sorry, I'm talking about
Yeah,
Russell Wilson.
although the Seahawks could be a quarterback needy team, but yeah, no, I don't think they would trade Russell Wilson only to bring back a different veteran, like big time veteran quarterback. Like, I don't think they would do that.
The Browns.
Okay.
I mean, if we go focus on the AFC, I don't know.
Wait, so NFC North, right? NFC North. I think they're sticking with Jared Goff right now, at least for the moment. Might draft a quarterback,
What
but
about the Vikings?
I think they're sticking with Kirk. We obviously don't approve of that, but like they're sticking with Kirk. Okay, so we went through the NFC. That's what 4 teams maybe, and then the AFC East.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're set, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Jets, the Patriots,
Dolphins.
Bills.
Yeah, that's that.
Dolphins. Yeah, I think they're set with Tua. The coach, Mike McDaniel, former wide receiver coach, I believe, for us in 2013, said that he's going to, like, literally his entire interview was around, or what he talked about was around how he was going to play to Tua's strengths. So they're sticking with Tua for sure. Okay, so that's the AFC East. AFC North, I think the Browns are sticking with Baker.
All the Steelers.
Steelers, I think, are the best fit, period, point blank, for a quarterback, like in this league right now. Yeah, I said that too about best fits for quarterbacks. I think I said Pittsburgh is number 1, and I know people might say you're a homer Nazi, but I put Washington at like number 2 or number 3. I think Denver was number 2, but okay. You got Denver, AFC West. You got Titans are sticking with Ryan Tannehill. I think that was a report from Ian Rappaport. Even though Aaron Rodgers didn't, build a house, or I don't know what he did.
I think
He
he
moved.
bought a house.
Yeah, bought a house in Tennessee. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of teams, and then there's just a lot of quarterback needy teams.
And there's a lot of QBs, free agency wise. Like if trade wise, Derek Carr, Joe Garoppolo, Aaron Rodgers, Russell Wilson, and Deshaun Watson. So
I'm just worried because of the whole supply and demand theory, because there's so few quarterbacks that are big time in this offseason that potentially teams could get, and there's so many teams vying to get those few quarterbacks. Like, that's just going to drive up the price. And
this is what I'm talking about. The report. If we're saying that we're gonna be more serious about getting a QB and we end up with Jimmy G, how do you have faith in this front office?
Yeah, I mean, I'll question it immediately, but I will wait to like fully blast this front office until seeing what the rookie quarterback does, like next offseason or next season. Like, I don't. That's why I don't want to get to that though. I want like an actual franchise quarterback here in DC, and obviously, franchise quarterbacks don't grow on trees. You're gonna have to give up a lot. But bro, I was one of those people who thought we should have went and gotten Stafford last offseason, right? Even at that price, like we need one. We need one. Let's get to some more of the comments. Okay, fight for old DC. 3 first-rounders, 2 second-rounders, and Ron Payne straight up for Russell. That's cool. A lot of first-rounders.
Maybe prime Russell. I mean, maybe like when he was younger, but I don't know.
Exactly. Maybe prime, but at 33, I think we could get him for 2 first-rounders, maybe a second, and like a 4th or 5th, and Ron Payne. I think that could work, and I would make that trade. Some people might think, oh, that's too much, bro. There's only like 8 or 9 franchise quarterbacks in this league that could actually like potentially take you to a Super Bowl or take you on the cusp of getting to a Super Bowl. So
you think they would like sell like their other veterans too, or no? Just you think it's just Russ? Like maybe like a Bobby Wagner, or no? Because it just gave him that contract.
I mean, maybe if they trade away Russell Wilson, probably. I mean, is Tyler Lockett getting up there in age? I know obviously DK Metcalf is not, but yeah, Tyler Lockett's about to be 30 in September. they potentially could do a wholesale fire, their entire team. But I mean, first and foremost, they need to figure out what they're going to do with Russ. I'm sorry, Freddie. I'm sorry. Like
He
the
is
whole Liberty thing, that's a big deal. We already hyped up and saw a receiver here from Liberty, a local school, relatively local school, a Virginia school, flame out already here, and that was AGG. And Liberty for a quarterback to go from Liberty University to the NFL and succeed. I mean, it's going to take for special talent. I see the special talent when it comes to his legs, but when it comes to his accuracy,
ball security,
ball security, I don't know, man. I don't know. Reggie Green, though, he likes Willis first round. I think I could see the Steelers potentially drafting Malik Willis, but I heard they actually like Malik Willis over the Pittsburgh quarterback, Kenny Pickett.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's what I heard earlier this morning, I think. Unaccountable. Yep, I agree. Hawk TV joining. Fellas, interesting fact. Joe Burrow has played in a national championship football game in college. It's the closest thing to the Super Bowl. Well, I mean, that's true. That's true. But at the end of the day, although I could totally see Joe Burrow playing the national championship, Matt Stafford has a lot of pressure. And his team, in my opinion, is better around him. So should be an interesting fight. We'll give our post game. We will give our Super Bowl prediction at the very end of this. So in about 5 minutes, we're gonna end a little bit early tonight. But Freddie Lee, DMVSportsZone, pin this. If you don't get Wilson and pass on Willis, we'll be crying over it.
All right, Freddie. We're holding you accountable for this.
I don't know what I did. I think I started. I don't know if I can pin it, but we'll hold you accountable. I mean, it's time mark 37 minutes into our first edition of the Commander Weekly live stream. We cried for 30 years already.
That is true.
Yeah. People can't wait to spend the prices it would take to get Stafford last year, plus more now for a QB, and all we had to do. Yep. Although we didn't have a Jared Goff. I mean, we had a Taylor Heineke, but like at that point, Taylor Heineke had what, 2 starts? 2 starts for the Washington football team at the time. So we didn't have a Jared Goff. So that we potentially would have had to trade up maybe another 2nd round pick on top of what the Rams gave away. Well, that's going to take a lot of money, draft capital, everything, players. I mean, that's going to be a lot, but it would be great. I mean, if we fix our middle linebacker and quarterback position in very short order.
Look out.
Bobby Wagner is 31 years old. He's going to be 32 in June. I mean, but he's a middle linebacker. Maybe he could play another 2-3 years. I don't know. Yes, he does. Did you see that highlight clip?
Yeah, the senior. Yeah.
Mechanics are not there. They are not there. Yeah, we won't. That's a fair point. We won't be patient. I'm not saying he's going to be trash. I never said so. These quarterbacks, I did not say. You can correct me if I'm wrong, but I did not say they were trash. I just said I don't believe in any of them, especially at number 11 overall. Let me just say the top half of the first round, I don't believe in any of them being drafted there, but they could potentially, buy out, maybe wait a year and develop, but we don't have time for that. I'm sorry. Ron Rivera, time is ticking. 2 years, 14 wins. Okay. And 33 games. Well, if you want to include the playoff game, 34 games, but that's not good enough. That's not good enough. If he wants to last the whole 5 years or more, he needs to get that franchise quarterback. I know Ron Rivera knows that. I know he knows that.
He has to know.
So we'll see.
Oh. Oh man.
First of all, Willis has way better wheels than Patrick Mahomes. Second of all, Patrick Mahomes has way more arm talent than Malik Willis. Third of all, no. It's just I mean,
No.
I'm sorry, Freddie, but I don't see it. I really don't. I really, really don't. The only guy that I saw out of these last two draft classes, I saw a potential Patrick Mahomes out of was Zach Wilson. And I'm still a huge believer in Zach Wilson. I still think he's gonna pan out if they actually give him the weapons that he needs to fully develop. But because he had the arm talent, he just looked like he just played like a Patrick Mahomes. If you actually watch his highlight tape, his film and all that. But my guy Muhammad joining. What's up, Mo? But yeah, I think that's through the comments of Washington. What's up? But yeah, I said this at the top. We're gonna cut this very, very short. And over the next, I guess, 1 or 2 minutes, Abdullah, give me your Super Bowl prediction.
Okay.
Bengals Rams.
So the Rams, I'm honestly rooting for them because I want to see Sean McVay win and prove the Washington football team or Washington Commanders as an organization wrong yet again. But in sports, you always root for the underdog, and the underdog are the Cincinnati Bengals. And after they win this Super Bowl, they're going to become the Bengals. But in all seriousness, Joe Shiesty, Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, and that defense, I think they'll rally and somehow make Matt Stafford crumble when it comes to playing in the crunch time situation. So I got the Bengals winning. I'm gonna say 27-21.
Okay, that's a good prediction there. Or I mean, I don't know, but a good analysis there. But Freddie Lee, middle linebacker, Wagner with Holcomb and Davis. I would like that. Arthur, I agree with you. I don't want to step a first round pick because I think that would mean that we actually got a legit franchise quarterback via trade. And yeah, well, it's all good. Bro, I could completely see the Bengals winning this one because Joe Burrow is just that man. I hate to say it because I'm a Bama fan, but he's just been that man since his 5th year in college, bro. Since winning the national championship, I can completely see him winning. But I have to go with my prediction on February 9th, I think, that I made of 2021. You guys can check the Twitter. Abdullah knows that I am right when I say this. I predicted that the Los Angeles Rams were going to be the 2021 Los Angeles Rams were going to be the 2020 Bucks. That's what I thought. You know what that means? They're playing the Super Bowl in their home stadium, and they're going to win the Super Bowl. So I'm sticking with the Rams. Huge fan of Matt Stafford, bro. I would be so proud of Matt Stafford if he won the Super Bowl. And I just think the Rams have the better team around him. Not just like offense-wise, like they're both pretty equal. I would say they're both pretty equal. Maybe the Bengals have the slight edge with Joe Mixon, but I would say the Rams have a slightly better offensive line. But defense-wise, I think that's where the difference starts. Like the Bengals have a 12 to 15, maybe 11 to 15 ranked defense in my eyes. I don't know about the exact stats, but that's how I view them. While the Rams have maybe a top 5 to 10 defense, right? So I think that will make the difference. And the Rams probably pick off Joe Burrow maybe once, maybe twice, and we'll come away with the W. But again, Abdullah, I can completely see your prediction panning out. But I just have to stick with mine because I made it, February 2021, and I wanted to right after they traded for Matt Stafford, I wanted to follow through. So I think 27. I like 27. 27. 24 Rams. That's how I'm gonna have it. But it's gonna be a good game, man. Two young guns or youngish guns, but young guns in terms of teams being the Super Bowl. Like it's just gonna be cool, right? Just that new, it's just fresh. It's just fresh, and I like that. But
I don't know if you went back to this, but the allegations of the NFL saying that they released on Dan Schneider, well, the woman, she said some really it was really cool. What she said was
during the hearing.
Yeah, I don't know. I just don't know, dude. I mean, you're studying law, so what do you think?
I mean, to be honest though, I did not watch the hearing. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, but no, from what I've heard, like, I mean, It's all bad for Dan Snyder. I just don't know if it's enough for this man to get ejected from the league, bro. Which is crazy. It really is. It's really sad. But I mean, we're talking about the same league that until today with the hiring uh
Brian Flores.
in Houston
Yeah,
of head coach Lovie Smith, had one black coach in the league. I mean, Mike McDaniel, I mean, they say he's mixed. Sure, I'm not going to question that, but one black coach, a mixed coach, Latino coach, and then now another black coach out of 32 teams. I know there's a Lebanese coach as well. Salah is actually
he's Egyptian.
I did not know that until
Egyptian or Lebanese?
Lebanese. That's what I heard. Or one of his parents Lebanese. I'm not sure.
Oh, that was Egyptian.
Yeah, maybe both. I'm not sure, but Middle Eastern, and out of 32 teams, with the league being 70% black.
I really think the Rooney Rule does more harm than good. I don't know if that makes sense, but I just don't think. I don't know. It's just like the whole Brian Flores thing. It's throwing me off.
Yeah. We'll definitely talk more about it. Probably next week when we have our second edition of the Commanders Weekly live stream. But do want to shout out everybody for being here. Witnesses would have to mount up against Snyder. Tough one to have a remote chance at ownership expulsion. Yeah. I mean, it's going to take a lot. It's completely different than the NBA where you could have a whole Donald Sterling situation and, just I don't even remember. It was a long time ago, but saying something, racially insensitive on tape in a private conversation, he was ejected from the league. I think Jerry Richardson, did he say the N-word or did he? I don't know what he did. Speaking of
N-word. The N-word, yeah, I think so.
But what were you saying?
I think he said the N-word.
Yeah, and he got ejected. So, I mean, I don't know. I really don't know anymore. Speaking of, I still can't get over the fact that this man's really built a statue of himself in front of the Panther Stadium, 2016, 2017, bro. But that's another story for another day. Yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm with you, Arthur. Hope the Rams win, but I, again, can completely see the Bengals winning and would not surprise me whatsoever if my prediction is wrong. It's not even a prediction. It's more so just sticking with what I said in February 2021. But that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. Please make sure to like, comment, subscribe to the DMVSportsZone channel, where we like to post fire content on here as much as possible. I mean, Abdullah, great content creator on this channel, great content creator on TikTok, great content creator on Instagram. Thank you, bro, for joining me on this one. And for everybody in the chat, Muhammad, Hawk TV, Jonathan Nair, DJ Fidel, my guy Fidel, Arthur, official Abera Gibru, Ricky Varela, Freddie Lee at the very beginning with a Russell Wilson comment, Reggie Red as well. Everybody, Fight for All DC. We appreciate all you guys. Again, we appreciate you guys, especially Masoko Tonga as well, for those three, boom type of videos or two boom type of videos that we've had. Three, really, if you want to count the Aaron Rodgers one. We appreciate that. And we appreciate all the support. And we're going to keep feeding you guys, spoon feeding you great content. And hopefully you guys enjoy it because, we rock with you guys. Hopefully you guys rock with us. That being said, have a great rest of your Monday evening and see you on the next one. Peace.
Take command.